got a VX set up in our engineering lab here. I've got it set up to a couple different sources of audio. Right now I'm pointed to an IceCast stream. You can see that we're modulating here now. I do have my OR band inside enabled and set to preset, so you'll see it's pretty kind of level modulation with that loudness kind of AGC. So you'll see in kind of these newer software releases a part of our audio inputs widget. We've now got audio player as an option down there, so we can see the audio level coming out of the player. And you'll see if you go up into this menu here, an audio player option. So as of today software, you'll see this playlist screen where you can set up your playlists and configure those. And you can also, as of 7.0, upload all of your audio files and all of that for your playlists. But what's going to be new in 7.1 is going to be this streams page. So you can see we're kind of opening up the option to kind of create your list of streams that you want to use to point your transmitter towards either locally hosted content, that could be another computer on the same LAN that's streaming to the transmitter, or that could be an internet stream for your normal station content. And the reason that I like this streaming audio so much over the file playback is that this gives you really integration of all of your regular program content from your web stream right to the transmitter. So you don't have to worry too much, as much about integration of things like advertisements and callouts and all of that stuff. So the process for adding a stream is really straightforward. You click the plus button, you call it a name, and you give it a URL. Let's say I'm pointing it to a local stream at 10 colon 8000 / stream. This is not a valid URL, but not a valid stream, sorry, it is a valid URL. So you can see that stream is now populated in my list. I can go and I can edit the stream, and really, from a streaming perspective, there's only a few parameters. Our streaming software on the back end will recognize what format is coming in, the sample rate, all of that stuff gets handled basically as part of the metadata from the stream, just like it would if you were to go load it with a VLC media player or to load a stream in your browser. But one thing that we do allow to configure on the transmitter side is a network buffer value. So the application there is if you have any reliability issues with your network on site and you do decide to use streaming as either a considerable backup or even your main program source, you can adjust that network buffer to store more samples on the transmitter so that if you have a brief, fraction of a second outage, we're able to ride through that. The downside of that is that's going to add latency to your content to air.